Welcome to the stream. Um, this week begins the highly experimental. We're gonna see how this kind of goes. Umineko week of where I am basically reporting in for Umineko reading duty. Um, for the three main work workday weeks days. Weekday workday streams. I don't know what to call them. I lost the word for days like Monday. Workday, weekday. Why am I throwing work in there? I don't even know. So highly experimental. We're gonna see how it goes. Will I come to regret doing this by the end of the week for whatever reason? Who can say? Who can say? Late last night I ran into a video that I was familiar with, and I thought it summed up my. I want to point this out. Summed up my opinion. Anytime Umineko shows me Kyrie, so I'm gonna let my girl JLC explain my feelings every time Kyrie pops up on screen.
She is a fantastic talent. These people should shut the fuck up, back the fuck off, and let this woman just shine her light, because she is fantastic.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis, for embodying and putting to words my feelings. So just in case you're keeping track of the score, this is a Maria hating zone here on this channel, but it is also a Kyrie respect zone. If that hasn't been ever made abundantly clear here on the channel. Let me get the game started. I gotta go here. Also, let me double check before I claim this, but I think this might be, yeah, a monumental stream. This is officially part 50 of Umineko on the regarding parts wise here on the channel. Part 50. This joins Rarefied Air. Rarefied Air on the channel. There's only 2 other games since I've been streaming for now of several years that have made it up to 50. So it joins the company of Yakuza 0, and it joins Persona 5 Royal. There, welcome. There is no doubt in my mind this is going to be hitting triple digits, and I feel somewhat relatively safe in saying that I believe probably no other series I ever do will probably reach whatever number this ends up hitting. There was a weird part of me. I've stopped considering it this, but there was a part of me maybe a couple months back when I was like, hey, when I get to the Answers arc, do I reset the counter? Do I make it like its own series, and then thus, for official purposes, reset the counter back to part 1? That seems like a foolish thing to do. People like big numbers, right? Actually, I think that's the opposite. I think the words of wisdom, especially for like Let's Play channels, is that like when you have like long parts, like I can see it in the numbers too. Maybe not in Umineko because there's like a small contingency of people that will just continue to watch. Like they're in it for the long haul, and I appreciate you. I'm glad you're in it for the long haul. But I mean, like with like other games I played or whatever, I think the common thing is as you have numbers, it's the same with anything, sequels of movies, books, games, whatever. As the parts go up, it's harder to have that return people, because like people like start dropping off and they're not just gonna like jump in on like a later part number. But hell, me playing Umineko and Final Fantasy are the last bastions of big numbers to denote parts and sequels and shit. But yeah. I just saw you called the games Umineko when they cry. Wait, are you? Is this where you're gonna come in and say I should have labeled them differently? Oh, yeah. This is where you're gonna tell me that I'm mislabeling it. If I called it the full name, you think there'd be a better argument for resetting? Yeah. I think there must have been some reason why I called it what I did at the start when I set up, like, when I start the naming conventions on things. I think on this one, it was to save on characters. Spaces. Because if you start getting your titles really long, then you start running out of space to have fun with the later parts titles. God, there was some game that I was playing. It's happened a couple times, but there was some game where by the time I settled and finished, like, on a general title thing, I had, like, 7 spaces to individualize each part that I was doing in the series. So every time I came up with I had to, title a new video, I had to come up with just, like, one word that was, like, 7 letters or less and stick it in, and that was it. And I was like, well, I already started doing it, so I'm just... That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. But yeah, part 50. Crazy. Crazy! And we'll slowly push beyond that, especially this week. As I was saying, experimental week here on the channel. Doing Umineko for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here for most of the week. As I said yesterday, there's a small chance that at the end of one of these streams, after I read for like 2 or 3 hours, I may slip into Final Fantasy 16 just because we're reaching the very end of that. And it would be nice to get like some of these final side quests done before the finale of that game happens this weekend. So there's a small chance I might roll into that after these. I don't think I'm going to do it today, so we're just going to read. It's been crazy Monday. Ding dong. I think I just picked a very random place to stop last stream. Oh, we got the mischievous music going. Bam, 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 bam. This always sounds like the mischievous music to me. And I don't know why exactly. There's something I'm like recalling or something that sounds like this. It is used in a mischievous manner. Let's see what happened last time. It was the weird Sunday morning stream I was doing. We got oh, it was the whole, mostly from what I remember, it was the whole cell trapped scenes. So the whole, the people trapped in a cell being like, planning, how are we going to get out? The conversations between using the telephone, I believe. Oh yeah, and then there was the letters. That's a good point. Totally. Oh my god. This is maybe an argument for why I shouldn't do Sunday morning Umineko streams. I completely forgot about the letters thing, but yeah, that was a thing. This is Angie in her 12 years or 14 years or whatever the time span is later, being like, meeting with other people who got letters. And then she came to the revelation that, oh fuck, she was sent one of those letters and completely forgot about it. Which, a day removed from that situation, kind of crazy that she forgot about it until now. But I mean, like, she seems like she's on top of everything, mostly. But I guess that it just was a memory that was triggered when she saw the letter from the guy. So, the first guy that she was talking to, the doctor, Nanjo. But yeah, she was like, oh shit, I was sent one of those. She was 6. Good point. I wasn't even factoring that into it. She was 6, so I retract my statement. And let's be honest, I say it all the time, my memory is so bad, I would have no way to, I would definitely not have remembered anything like that. I'm a big dum-dum. What is it that I say? I'm like a himbo without the attractiveness, so I'm just a dum-dum. I don't know. So I think that was all to recount, all to review here. So I just picked a random spot, I think, to save, so it's kind of awkward here, but we'll just keep going. This was, okay, she remembers the diary. Okay, so she's recounting something about the diary. So one day, oh, I didn't ask the question. Is it gonna be an exciting stream tonight? You don't have to answer. All right, one day, Marioni-chan, I'm forgetting my own joke. I keep forgetting. One day, I had so many things to talk about at the beginning of the stream that I forgot about it. One day, Marioni-chan and Beato decided use a, this doesn't make sense. First sentence of the stream and it's not proper. Decided to use a wind-up minicar she had brought for a prank. It was a popular toy at the time, and if you made the minicar back up, it would wind up the spring in the tires, and when you let go, it would race forwards. They had wound up that minicar and set it behind a milk jug. In other words, the prank was that if you lifted the milk jug, the minicar would jump forwards and surprise whoever did it. Hoping that someone would get caught in this prank, Oni-chan and Beato had watched the adults from the shadows for their whole tea time. They were looking forward to seeing someone get caught by it, but no one moved the trapped milk jug, and the trap ended in a misfire. When Oni-chan had then muttered, "We should have put it somewhere where it would have definitely caught someone," Beato apparently said this: "The most interesting and thrilling traps are those where you don't know who will get caught, or even if anyone will get caught at all." It's probably true, but you wouldn't get this kind of excitement from a trap that would certainly go off. Similar accounts occurred in multiple places, making it possible to guess that the witch called Beatrice had a fickle character and loved a random thrill. Okay, so I remember she's recounting this because she's like, oh, because right before we ended, it was like, she was like, why would Beatrice take the chance on these letters not getting to us correctly to set up the... She's basically recounting stories in this tomb that she has, this tome of stories, to basically be like, oh, that sounds like something Beatrice would do. Linking it and saying that it's Beato who sent the letters purposely to have them directed towards the related people. I was gonna say children, but is it children in all cases? Who can say? The related people to the people that then ended up dying at Rokenjima. A fickle person is very hard to deal with. I can't spin the chessboard around to find out what that witch from 12 years ago was planning. 12 years. There's my answer. 12. As Angie examined these, her gaze darted from place to place. Then, she suddenly showed interest in the wall. There, several framed pictures were hung. Many of them were commemorative photos from when the relatives of the Kumasawa family gathered or went somewhere to play. Kumasawa was in several. She still wore a smile that made it so you could almost hear her light-hearted ho-ho-ho laugh. It's part of my distant memory, but I definitely remember that she was this sort of cheerful old lady.
Kumasawa-san wa jiken no chokuzen ni kawatta yousu wa arimashita ka?
Did you notice anything different about Kumasawa-san in the days leading up to the incident? Nope. God, this guy's smile does just bring me so much cheer. Just seeing it. What a friendly looking fella. She looked the same as ever.
親族会議はピリピリするから辛い辛いと漏らすのはいつものことでしたし。
The family conference put her on edge, so she was always grumbling about how tough it was. Oh.
これは
What's this? Among the several frames, there was one that had something other than a picture of people in it. It was a picture of an enlarged relief of a door from a Western-style house or something. You couldn't see any interesting subject in particular, which actually bugged me a bit as I wondered why anyone had gone to all the trouble of taking it. As I got closer, I realized that some characters had been written with a pen.
ああ、それはお袋の形見分けでもらってきた写真ですわ。
Oh yeah, that's the photo I got when Mother's belongings were distributed.
多分例の黄金伝説に関係したやつではないかと。
I think it probably has something to do with that legend of the gold thing?
魔女の碑文ですか
The witch's epitaph, you mean?
10トンの黄金の隠し場所を示すと噂される
It was whispered that it pointed out the location of the hidden 10 tons of gold.
熊沢さんも挑んでおられたんですね
So, Kumasawa-san tried to solve it too?
でもこれは碑文じゃない
But this isn't the epitaph.
初めて見るものです
It's the first time I've seen it. There was an arch above the western-style door, and that's where the relief was. English words were engraved there, and that seemed to be what the picture was focused on. The pen writing appeared to be a translation into Japanese.
この扉は1000兆分の1の確率でしか開かない
This door is opened only at a probability of a quadrillion to 1.
あなたは1000兆分の1の確率でしか祝福されない
You'll be blessed only at a probability of a quadrillion to 1.
知らないわ
I don't recognize it.
こんな文章碑文にもお姉ちゃんの日記にも出てこない
Nothing like this ever showed up in the epitaph or Oni-chan's diary.
お袋の遺品の中に碑文の謎解きに挑戦していると思われる写真やノートが結構出てきたんですわ。
In Mother's belongings, there were quite a few photos and notes that looked like her trying to solve the riddle of the epitaph.
お袋も案外そういうのが好きだったんだな。
Mother was actually surprisingly fond of that kind of thing. Let me see this. If you don't remember, all the way on episode 2, Badro was stuck on an English word that was on the chapel's entrance. That's it? Oh, I do. I vaguely remember him like having difficulty reading or like translating the thing. I recall. I remember now. The memory has been unlocked.
なんでも10トンの金塊が隠されてたって噂だ。
And there was that rumor that 10 tons of gold bars were hidden somewhere. Dude, I'm over here making fun of 6-year-old Angie not remembering she got a letter. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that thing that happens in episode 2. Yeah. And there was that rumor that 10 tons of gold bars were hidden somewhere.
そりゃお袋も夢中になるはずですわ。
It's no surprise she got so absorbed by it. In both Maria Oni-chan's diary and in her grimoire, there was a description of the witch's epitaph. It had talked about how it was a ceremony to open the door to the Golden Land, Beatrice's resurrection ceremony, Beatrice's succession ceremony, on and on. Maybe the most interesting one was the last part, but it being a succession ceremony. According to Beatrice, if you were able to solve the witch's epitaph, you would receive not only the 10 tons of gold and the Ishimiya family inheritance, but her own magical power and name, as well as the title of Golden Witch. Among the Ishimiya family household at the time, the witch's epitaph was thought of as a difficult quiz, which the family head, Kinzo, had arranged for her to choose a successor. But with the Mirage Sorcerer interpretation, the questioner was Beatrice herself, and she had posed the question in part to choose her successor. I'm gonna adjust something on the audio just slightly there. Alright. There were slight discrepancies in the details of the two interpretations. Either way, its ominous contents brought to mind a bloody serial murder, and both of the message bottles drew a tale of a crime following that pattern. If I could solve the witch's epitaph now, 12 years later, I wonder if I could expose some plot made back then. I tried to solve it many times myself, but I never did have a clue what it meant. It seemed that many witch hunters tried as well. I also found theories like the La Plata theory and the Inura theory in certain books. La Plata? Inura? However, neither of these theories were conclusive.
他にも資料が
Are there any other materials?
あると思うけど、兄弟で適当に分けたからな。
I think so, but they were all split up between my siblings.
誰が何を持ってるやらさっぱりですわ。
I don't have a clue who has what.
申し訳ない。
Sorry.
この熊沢さんが撮影した英文だけ読むとめったに開かれない開かずの扉という印象を受ける。
Just reading this English text that Kumasawa-san took a picture of gives the impression that this was a forbidden door that was rarely open.
でもこれは屋敷のどこかしら。
But where in the mansion is it, I wonder?
光の具合から屋外みたいだけど。
Judging by the lightning, looks like it's outside. Or lighting.
熊沢さんは
Looks like it's outside.
この中にその黄金が隠されていると睨んでたのかしら。
I wonder if Kumasawa-san thought that the gold might be hidden in there.
さあ。
Who knows?
いずれにせよ、六軒島の屋敷のどこかでしょうな。
Either way, I do wonder where in the Rokenjima mansion it was.
お袋の預金口座には残念だが黄金を発見したと思えるようなお金は入ってませんでしたよ。
I hate to say it, but there wasn't enough money in Mother's bank account to make me think she found the gold.
さすがに見つからんかったんでしょうな。
Well, she probably didn't find it after all. The Golden Witch, Beatrice, gave 10 tons of gold to Kinzo, which meant that the witch was the true owner of the gold. Beatrice was the owner of all the vast fortune of the Ishimiya family. The witch holding this vast wealth had massacred the humans on Rokenjima on that day, sending large amounts of money to the surviving relatives like it was a game. Like hell, it's a letter from the dead. Like hell, it's a letter from the dead. Okay. This is a desecration of the dead. I was once again convinced. When my family died on that island that day, they didn't go to heaven. They're being trapped by the witch even now, and are being desecrated and tormented for all eternity. The last place Angie visited was a store in the region between the housing district and the retail stores, with a signboard saying Marufuku Sleep Shop. There lived the man who had been the boat captain of the ferry boat to Rokujima at the time. Even he, who had once lived as a man of the sea, had retired after contracting a serious illness, and was now taken care of at the house of his son and his son's wife. Ah, the boat captain. Look at this man. Captain Kawabata, an old man who used to be a captain of a high-speed boat that went to and from Rokujima. At least among those still alive, he's certainly the person most familiar with matters concerning Rokujima. Media hoped he might have learned details of the situation inside the Ishimiya family from various discussions of servants going to and from the island. However, he never said anything, so they eventually began to forget this old man. They just forgot about him. We just forgot about him. I remember it very well. You were still about this small. Look how you've grown. And it must have been very tough on you. I know very well how you must feel. The former boat captain was in such high spirits that you couldn't really tell why he had retired in the first place. His memory seemed clear too, and he could remember the events of more than a decade ago well, apparently even about how Angie had been at the time. The way he chatted on was very helpful for Angie. But at the same time, he also remembered the final family conference very well. And the fact that he remembered even details like Battler's fall madness on the boat was actually painful for her. Dang. It had been so back then as well, but even now, there was no public way to cross to Rokujima. It was necessary to make an individual request to an owner of a boat to make the voyage. I'd been unable to arrange for a boat to Rokujima, so if he refused me, such a voyage would probably become hopeless. I getcha. It won't be easy to find a boat eager to go to that island.
悪食島と呼ぶ者までおる。
By now, there are even some who call it by its old name. Oh boy. Akuji Kishima. Akuji Kishima. Akuji Kishima. I'm trying. I tried. Instead of Rokenshima.
この辺りの船乗りじゃ首を縦には振るまいな。
I'm just gonna hope that it's not called that any more times after that. It's understandable why the sailors around here would turn down your request. From the start, fishermen had feared Rokujima as an island of misfortune. And because of that incident 12 years ago, this fear had reached a peak. They respected the sea, feared it, and revered it. There were almost no sailors who would try to take a boat to the cursed island. Because of that, most of the witch hunters were unable to cross over to Rokujima, and were limited to taking a trip around the island. Ironically, this had caused a sense of mystery surrounding Rokujima to increase even more, which had resulted in the propagation of the bizarre witch stories they loved so much.
船は出してもらえるでしょうか?
Would you take me in your boat? Yep.
明日だけ返してもらう約束になっとる。
They're supposed to give it back to me just for tomorrow.
最近はエンジンがだいぶご機嫌斜めらしいがな。
Though it seems its engine has been in a pretty bad mood lately.
かっ飛ばしてやるわい。
I'll knock it into shape. Oh, hey, you made it. I'm surprised all the usuals were able and willing to make it on the weeknight Umineko streams. The former boat captain promised that tomorrow he would go back to his previous job, take his boat out to Rokujima. Now, my method of transport to Rokujima is insured. I know there was, I mean, unlike the Sunday stream that popped up, but I know there's the warning, but like, I mean, if you ended up tuning in, like I'm a fucking madman, right? Like, I'm the one having to read Umineko a bunch. I half expected, like, alright, let's just, if we want to catch up, we'll just watch the VODs on our own time throughout the week or whatever, you know? That's what I was honestly expecting. Now, my method of transport to Rokujima is insured. This is probably all I can do on Nijima. All that's left is tomorrow. Speaking of catching up, comma man. On Rokujima, I reached the final destination of a journey that stretches back 12 years.
よかったね.
Oh, you forgot how awful the Maria Rosa scene was? Yeah. That was, it was brutal, to say the least. It was intentionally brutal. Alright, Sakataru's here. Isn't that great?
これで島へ行けるようになったね.
This way, looks like you'll be able to go to the island.
そうね.
Sure does.
船を見つけるのは難しいと聞いていたから、船長が協力的で助かったわ.
I'd heard that it would be hard to find a boat, so the boat captain's helpfulness really saved me. Yeah, I was really expecting like a back and forth here between the boat. Like, I thought she was gonna have to like beg the boat guy to take him, or take her. And he was just like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
エンジ様ほどではないにしても。
Although it may not be the same as it was for you, Angie-sama.
船長にとっても12年前の事件は未だ抜けないトゲなんでしょうね。
I'm sure the incident 12 years ago has been a thorn for the boat captain as well, one that he still hasn't been able to pull out.
ウリュウ。
Uryu.
船長さんも心の整理がつかなかったんだね。
Even the boat captain wasn't able to sort out his feelings.
ずっと。
This whole time.
そりゃそうでしょう。
That's probably true.
約束通り10月5日にあのじいさんが船を出してくれれば大勢が助かった可能性がある。
If that guy had taken his boat out on October 5th as promised, there's a chance that he could have saved a lot of people.
ちょっと風が強いからといって船を絞らなければ。
If he hadn't been hesitant to go out just because of a little wind. Damn, are we really blaming the boat guy? Mammon's over here like, fuck this boat, man. He wasn't driving a fucking a tsunami. What was it? What was the natural? I mean, this old man.
ウリュウ、そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。
Uryu, you shouldn't say things like that.
船長さんもそれを今日までずっと苦しんできたはずだよ。
I'm sure that's paying the boat captain constantly until today. Oh, I said tsunami, typhoon. Yeah. My bad. Apparently, they truly had been right in the middle of a typhoon on October 5th. A typhoon. Still, my point stands. Not a tsunami. Tsunami, maybe a little. But a typhoon. According to the boat captain, he had known for certain that they'd be trapped by the typhoon if they head to Rokenjima on October 4th. But the family had been very persistent about the date of their conference, which had been determined beforehand. At least I didn't say, like, oh, it was an earthquake. An earthquake prevented him from driving his boat. It was only natural. All the relatives had been very busy at the time. They came to the family conference only after arranging their schedules beforehand. It was probably a situation where they couldn't easily push it back to the next week just because a typhoon was approaching. It wasn't the boat captain's fault. But perhaps you could say that he wasn't so irresponsible that he could place the blame wholly on the typhoon. Certainly, just as these two said, there's no doubt that the boat captain had been dragging the events of 12 years ago along with him this whole time. And, by taking me, last member of the Ishirmiya line, to the island, and bringing me back safely, he might be trying to find some resolution for his past. Why does this sound foreboding? This sounds... and bringing me back safely? Like, what did the writer have? Why is this snuck in there? What's the reason for sneaking that in there, huh? Huh? Let me see this. Oh, I see. Yeah. He might be trying to find some resolution. Okay, perfect.
船は昼過ぎに帰ってくることになってる。
The boat is supposed to return just after noon.
それからあんたを六軒島へ案内するから、到着は夕方前になるだろう。
I'll guide you to Rokenjima after that, so we should arrive before evening.
電気も明かりもない島だ。
It's an island without electricity or lights.
あまり長いはできんぞ。
You won't be able to stay long.
その程度の上陸で、あんたの気は済むかね？
Will you be satisfied with a landing that short? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
長い舌から何かの気が済むというものでもありませんし。
There's nothing that would make me more satisfied by staying longer.
船を出してもらえるだけでも感謝します。
I'm grateful just to have you take me there.
すまんな。
I mean, I could maybe try to guess, but like, it hasn't been 100% stated exactly what she plans to do on Rokenjima yet, right? Except maybe just try to find more clues. She's gonna blues clues on Rokenjima right now. I just want to make sure that there wasn't like a point where, okay, like there wasn't like a clearly defined like I'm going here to do this one thing. I don't think that's been the case. I assume she's still just trying to find out more. Okay. Yep, don't mention it.
わしが船を手放していなければ、ケチなことを言わず、好きなだけ島へ案内してやれるんだが。
If I hadn't parted with my boat, I'd be able to guide you to the island as much as you liked without being stingy. It's not like I have a goal of doing something. Oh. If only I had just advanced the dialogue 2 more sentences. It's not like I have a goal of doing something particular on Rokenjima. So, I'll be there during the evening. The evening, which straddles the 2 different worlds of day and night, seemed almost like a borderline between this world and the next. Or possibly 1998 and 1986. And it felt like the most fitting time to visit Rokenjima. It's not like I have anything in particular to do there. Now the game's just taunting me. Just staying there for a few hours. Should be enough for me to find some closure. At that time, there was a small knock on the paper sliding door, and Amakusa stuck his head in, tapping his watch. I nodded back and told him about how I had succeeded in reserving a boat for tomorrow.
それはよかっ
That's great.
た。そろそろ参りましょう。
It's about time for us to go.
船長、明日はよろしくお願いします。
We'll be counting on you tomorrow, Captain.
ああ、任せておけ。
I mean, I hate to put it like this, but why do I think something bad's gonna happen to the captain? Like, we've got to define time for tomorrow? What if, like... What's the fucking lady's name? The tea lady. The tea lady's gonna come and just assassinate the boatman. It's gonna be very upsetting. Kasumi. Yes, that's her name. Thank you. Sure. Leave it to me.
お前さんたちの難儀な事情も聞いとる。
I've heard all about what you guys have gone through.
わしも当時のワイドショーを見ていて、面白半分に事件をかき回す連中に虫唾が走っとったもんだ。
I also watched the talk shows at the time and was disgusted by the people who stirred up that incident just for fun.
協力は惜しまんよ。
I'll help out any way I can.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
それでは明日お昼に。
Then, we'll see you at noon tomorrow.
これ
Here.
船代に。
The fare for the boat. Angie took a wrapped wad of 10,000 yen bills from her pocket. Boat captain should have noticed its thickness as well, but he paid absolutely no interest and shook his head.
わしはお前さんに感謝しとるよ。
Man, good guy, boat guy. I'm grateful to you.
これは天のお導きだ。
This is a sign from the heavens.
あんたを六軒島へ連れて行き、そして無事に連れ帰る最後のチャンスをくださったんだ。
I've been given a final chance to take you to Rokenjima, bring you back safely.
わしは金蔵さんに任されていた最後の仕事を今ようやく終えることができる。
Now, I'm choking. I'll finally be able to finish the final job Kinzo-san entrusted me with.
だからあんたには感謝してる。
So I'm grateful for you. To
金
you.
は当時の金蔵さんからたらふくもらってる。
I got more than enough money from Kinzo-san back then.
あんたから取れんよ。
I can't accept yours.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
階段足元に気をつけてな。
Watch your step up the stairs.
急だぞ。
It's steep. I went down the steep staircase that was the exact opposite of accessible. It was getting hard to believe that there was actually a chest of drawers and a TV in the room upstairs. Most of the first floor was a bedding store with many futons piled up on each other. We weaved our way through the cramped futon shop. After cautiously checking around outside, Makusa dashed out first and started up the car.
孫の部屋が空いとる。
Our grandchild's room is empty.
泊まって行っても構わんのに。
I really wouldn't mind if you stayed there.
見ての通り、布団なら有り余っとるぞ。
As you see, we've got plenty of extra futons.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks a lot for the offer.
万一の時、ご迷惑はかけられませんので。
But this way, even if the unexpected happens, you won't be bothered.
事情は知らんが、相当な厄介に巻き込まれてるようだな。
I don't know the details, but it seems you've been caught up in a lot of trouble.
うさんくさい連中が人探しをしていると噂になっとる。
There's a rumor that some suspicious people are searching for someone.
あんたのことじゃないのかね？
That wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
さあ、
Who knows? Oh my god, I swear. I'm so close to saying I would bet the house. Saying that this guy gets mixed in and Kasumi's gonna get him. She knows she has to get a boat to Rokenjima, and Kasumi is smart, seemingly. She probably knows who was the boat person that took them to Rokenjima before. She probably has done her research. What did he ask? He asked, he's like, oh, I've heard that there's people looking for someone. That wouldn't happen to be you, is it? And she was like, I will not answer. Angie played dumb, but it looked as though the boat captain had guessed.
わしは 六軒島を目指す客人を送り届け、そして迎えに行き連れ帰ることが仕事だった。
My job is to take guests to Rokenjima and bring them back again.
その仕事を12年前に中断したまままだ終えてない。
That job was put on hold 12 years ago, and it still hasn't ended.
だからわしはあんたのおかげでその仕事をようやく終えることができるんだ。
So, thanks to you, I'll finally be able to finish it.
だから
So listen,
わしにその仕事を終えさせてくれよ。
let me finish this job, okay?
分かってるな。
Do you understand me?
ええ、
Yeah,
別に私は死にに行くんじゃない。
it's not like I'm going there to die. But part of me does feel that, if I could die on that island, I'd surely be able to go to where my family is. I've finally become aware of it. I might have been planning to die on that island. I might have come all this way, heading towards Rokenjima in search of a place to die. Boat captain had guessed that as well. That's why he repeatedly told me not to die.
ええ、死にません。
Yeah, I won't die.
約束します。
I promise.
そもそも私、
After all,
どうして六軒島に行かなくてはならないのかの目的さえ、未だにあやふやなんですから。
I'm still not sure if there's any reason why I need to go to Rokenjima.
いや、目的はきっとある。
No, I'm sure there's a reason.
あんたにないならそれは彼らにあるんだ。
Even if there isn't one for you, there is one for them.
島があんたを呼んだ。
The island called you.
だからあんたはここまで来たんだ。
That's why you came here.
そうかもしれませんね。
That might be true.
私は呼ばれたのかもしれない。
I might have been called. Mouse went over there. I was called. For what reason? For them. Father, mother, Battler Oni-chan, and Maria Oni-chan. Or maybe the Golden Witch, Beatrice. All of them. What is on Rokenjima? And what will I achieve? Even though tomorrow is finally almost here, I still haven't been able to understand my own mission. There was the sound of a car stopping in front of the store, and a short honk could be heard.
それでは明日、
Then, I'll see you tomorrow,
失礼します。
if you'll excuse me.
うん。
Yep. Winding between the stacks of futons at the cramped store, I was about to go outside. Then, my feet stopped.
どうしたね？
What is it?
あの、 あれは
What is that?
ん？
Hmm?
あれ？
That?
はて、
What?
何の話だね？
What are you talking about? Oh no, what is it? I'm scared. Trembling all over, I pointed at it. But no matter how much the boat captain squinted, he noticed absolutely nothing in that direction. That should have surprised me. That must mean... Impossible!
どうして
Why?
ウリュウ、
Uryu,
エンジェ、
Angie,
どうして
what does it mean?
どういうことなのこれは。
What's going on here?
私にだってさっぱりだわ。
I don't have a clue either.
そんなバカなことってあるの？
There's no way something that ridiculous.
これは魔法なの？
Is this magic?
奇跡なの？
A miracle?
ええ。多分これは運命よ。
Yes, this is probably fate.
私は今理解したわ。
Now, I understand.
これが私の使命だったのよ。
This was my mission.
ウリュウ、
Uryu!
私には何が何だか。
I don't have a clue what... Shaking, I pointed into the thin darkness inside the store and froze up.
どうしたんだね？
What is it?
何があるんだね？
You see something there, don't you?
わからん。わしにはわからん。
I don't see anything.
あんたには何が見えてるのかね。
What is it that you see?
ありがとう船長。
Thank you, Captain.
全部
Everything. Everything
これは運命だったんです。
was fate.
ここに私が訪れることさえ
Even me visiting this place
運命だった。
was fate.
これが
This is
私が六天島へ行く目的で使命なんです。
the mission and the purpose that I'm going to Rokenjima for. Tell me what it is. I'm like the old man. Well, tell me, Angie. Speak. Use your words.
エンジさん、
Angie-san?
どうしました？トラブルですか？
What is it? Is something wrong?
わしにもさっぱりわからん。
I don't have a clue either.
お嬢ちゃんが暗がりを指さしたまま固まっちまったんだ。
This girl just froze up while pointing into the darkness.
エンジさん、
Angie-san,
大丈夫ですか？
are you okay?
何が見えるんですか？
What can you see?
あなたたちには見えないの？
Can't you two see it?
それよそれ。
It's that, right there.
見えないの？
Can't you see it?
見えるのはただの陳列棚です。
All I can see is a normal display case.
誰もいやしませんぜ。
There's no one there, right?
ウリュウ、
The fuck it? What? Uryu, Angie.
僕には何が何だかわからないよ。
I don't know what's going on.
これは夢なの？
Is this a dream?
魔法なの？
Magic?
どういうことなの？
What is it?
エンジェ、
Angie. Sakataro lifted his face towards Angie. From his eyes slid a single tear.
エンジ様、
Angie-sama,
理解したわ。
I understand.
お姉ちゃん、
Oni-chan
そして
and
ベアトリーチェ。
Beatrice.
ウリュウ、
Uryu. This is magic, isn't it? Of course. Of course, it's not just gonna tell me. Oh shit, at least we get to come back here. At least we get to advance the whole test plot here. She found her purpose, yeah, but what was it? My only guess at the time was like, oh, is it like one of those like those blood red symbol things? That was the only thing I could think of. But I don't think I'm right. Jessica says a test. Yes. If I squinted, wait, if I squinted, would I have seen it? Is that what you were trying to say? No fucking way. Really? Fuck. I would not have thought to have, I wouldn't know it though. Oh shit. Well the thing is, now I'm gonna have to look at my own VOD tonight after stream. I'm gonna be like, whoa, what is it? Going over that screen like with a fine-tooth comb. Yeah, that's future me. Okay, so Kraus says, yes, listen well. Once again, there was a call from Kraus to the guest house. And the message was, Kinzo wanted to hold a test to see if the grandchildren had the qualifications to become his successor. The head has said that a successor will not be one of us siblings. That he wants to pick from among his grandchildren. From Couch's restrained style of speech, Jessica realized as a daughter that he was being forced to speak. And she was forced to realize that the hostages were being exposed to danger even now. And that if they refused this test, there was a possibility that the hostages would be harmed. Wait one sec. Sorry. Okay. Had to fix that. Then... what should we do? I mean, the answer is simple, Jessica. You interview like your life depends on it. You interview like other people's lives depend on it. Indeed. Hold on. Crash put down the receiver, then looked at the grinning Kinzo on the other side of the bars. Kinzo gave his next order. Before the test, those not involved must be removed. Goda and Kumasawa are there, I believe. It'll be a problem if they interfere with the test. Banish them from the guest house. Banish, you say? There should be a gardening storehouse in the rose garden. Lock Goda and Kumasawa in there. Man, they've just been banished to the storehouse. We'll begin from there. Tell them to do it immediately. My weapons will be watching. If they happen to do anything questionable, I'll instantly stop the test and execute all of you as sacrifices. I understand. Hello, Jessica? Listen closely to what I say. Crash relayed the orders to lock up Goda and Kumasawa. There she is. There she is. What kind of test are you planning? It truly is a simple test. I only want my grandchildren to show me their resolve. Well then, wonder what kind of results they'll show me. Looking disgusted, Kairi watched Kraus, who was talking with the children. I hate it, but for now we cannot refuse orders. In this dungeon, a feeble resistance won't amount to anything. If we provoke him too much and drive him into a position where he might kill us, there will no longer be any way to stop this murderer. For now, the only choice left is to obey his rules without agitating him, all the while waiting for an opportunity. However, if we continue to obediently follow his commands, the children might be attacked in the so-called test, and they might even lose their lives. Whether we feign obedience or try to resist, nothing will cause the situation to improve. Anyway, straining our eyes so that we don't let a single chance escape until the very end is the only resistance possible now. While telling herself this, Kairi watched over Kraus as he delivered Kinzo's orders. Kairi-san, let us be patient. I understand. It's unfortunate, but all we can do right now is wait. If only we could do something about these bars, be able to return to the mansion. If only we could somehow get out of here. I'll try something. He's gonna be like, Kinzo-san, I gotta go to the bathroom. Please. I have a request. What is it, my friend? We understand well that you want to test the children.
金蔵さんの納得のいくようにするといい。
It is fine for you to do as you desire.
金蔵さんの力がなければとっくに潰れていたかもしれない後ろ宮家だ。
Alright, his strat right now is to butter up Kinzo. Without your power, the Ishinomiya family might have been destroyed long ago.
その担い手を慎重に選びたい気持ち、よくわかる。
We truly understand why you want to carefully select the person who will take charge.
それに、そのための親族会議だ。
Besides, that is what the family conference is all about.
私ら邪魔はせんよ。
We won't get in your way.
お前の理解が得られて助かる。
Your insight is useful.
そうだ。これは親族会議なのだ。
That's right, this is a family conference.
私が次期当主を選び決定する最後の親族会議なのだよ。
The final family conference, where I will select my successor. Whoa!
それでだが金蔵さん。
And yet, Kinzo-san,
ここはあまりに冷えすぎる。
it is far too cold in here.
あんたのテストの邪魔はせんから、もう少し暖かい場所に移してもらうことはできんかね。
Since we won't interfere with your test, couldn't you take us to a slightly warmer place? He's employing the I'm old and cold strat. At Nanjo's words, the slight signs that Kinzo's mood had been improving were blown away. Nanjo was struck with a moment of silence as Kinzo gazed at him with dangerous eyes, as though appraising him. It's like, I expected something more masterful, and it was, his only plan was, Kinzo, can we move? I'm cold. Incredible. As though appraising him.
確かにここは冷えますね。
Certainly, this place is cold.
老体にはおつらいでしょ
It's tough on an old body.
う。親方
Master,
様、上の部屋に移し替えても良いのでは。
wouldn't it be alright if we moved them upstairs?
それはできん。
I cannot do that.
甘いぞ、南條。
Are you naive, Nanjo?
お前は言って猶予を与えるような素振りで、実に華麗に布石を打つではないか。
So, by acting as though you'll skip this turn, you truly and spindly advance your strategy?
その手には乗らんぞ。
I'm not falling for that, you see.
凍えるというなら、真っ赤に焼けた石炭でも敷き詰めてやればよい。
If you're freezing, then why don't I line the floor with red-hot coals?
申し訳ございません。
My apologies. Originally, I tried to help out, but in the end, Kinzo would not comply.
あなたたちはおとなしいのね。
You two sure are obedient.
その気になれば、こんな鉄格子、簡単に破れるでしょうに。
If you felt like it, you could easily break those bars.
ここを破ったとて何もなりません。
Even if we break them, nothing will come of it.
確かに。
Of course.
ここを破ったなら、ゴールドスミスのゲームが終わることを意味する。
If you were to break these, it would mean the end of Goldsmith's game.
あなたたちも、そしてゲストハウスの人間たちも即座に金蔵の儀式の生贄となるでしょうね。
All of you, as well as those humans in the guest house, would immediately become sacrifices for Kinzo's ceremony. I shouldn't have just realized it when it said that, but that is actually 100% true. They should, in theory, they have the magical power, the magical blade power to, like, knock out these bars, perhaps. But then the point is there, like, okay, they break the bars, then what? That would actually cause nothing good would probably come of that. No good.
案外、あなたたちだけかもしれないわよ。
But, surprisingly, you two might be the only ones, yes?
この状況を打開できる力を持っているのは、ね？
Perhaps only you two hold the power to break out of the situation, right?
黄金鏡にたどり着きたいんでしょ？
You want to reach the Golden Land, don't you?
叶えたい夢がいっぱいあるんでしょ？
You must have many dreams you want granted, right? Gap. You mustn't provoke them. This is not your game. It is the master's as well as Milady's game. What is it, Renove?
いえいえ何も。
Oh, no, nothing.
捕虜とおしゃべりをしていました。
We were talking to the prisoners.
お許しを。
Forgive us. Gap sent one final sneering smile at Cannon, then turned away. Cannon could only bite his lower lip and shake his fist. Damn it.
よく頑張ったね。
You did well.
よく我慢したよ。
Good job hanging in there.
僕たちは無力だ。
We're powerless.
家具だから。
Because we're furniture.
そうだね。私たちは無力。
That's right. We're powerless.
でも家具は必要とされることだって。そして愛されることだってあるよ。
However, furniture is sometimes relied upon, and even loved.
今の私たちは暗い地下室にしまわれているだけ。
Right now, we've only been stored away in the basement.
きっといつか誰かが愛してくれる。
Surely one day, somebody will love us,
必要としてくれるから。
because they'll rely on us.
だから今は挑発に乗らないで耐えよう。
That's why, for now, let's ignore the provocation and bear with it. Okay?
お父さん。
Oh man. True, true. Oh. I don't want to play with you anymore. Father.
ゴーダたちを倉庫に閉じ込めるよう指示をしました。
I've ordered them to lock up Goda and Kumasawa in the storehouse.
よかろう。
Very well.
電話を切ってよい。
Hang up now.
シエスタ姉妹。
Siesta sisters.
孫たちがゴーダと熊沢を閉じ込めるのを監視せよ。
Observe the grandchildren as they lock Goda and Kumasawa away.
もしも不審な動きがあるようならば、その時点で次期当主を選ぶテストは終了だ。
If they do anything suspicious, then in that moment, the selection test for my successor will be over. When Kinzo made his order, the Chester sisters appeared, behind him in a line.
了解であります。
Understood, sir.
石膏は私がやる。
I will scout.
556と410は両翼支援。
556 and 410 will cover both flanks.
45は全周警戒。
45, you're on wide area surveillance. 00,
556は
556 is...
そうだっ
That's right.
た。すまない。
Sorry.
いい子でした。
What happened to 556, huh? She was a good kid.
だから私は嫌いに。
That's why I don't like them. Nyeh.
いいやつは
Nyeh. Good people.
何をしているかシエスタ姉妹。
What are you doing, Chester sisters?
我が命令を遂行せよ。
Follow my orders. What is it? Look at this background. Just a cave. We're just in a cave.
失礼しました。
My apologies, sir.
では、監視に向かうであります。
Then let us go observe.
出撃
Move out! The Chester sisters raised their forms simultaneously. Nanjo and Kairi had witnessed the instance they appeared and disappeared as if by teleportation, but they interpreted this as moving in and out the darkness in a way that only looked like teleportation. The two could do nothing but rub their eyes.
さて、
Well then,
私はテストの準備をしよう。
I shall begin the preparations for the test.
ロノウェ、ガープ、
Renove! Gap!
お前たちには試験官を頼む。
I'm asking you to be the examiners. I didn't say this the other day when Gap was introduced, but in my line of work, I work with something pretty frequently that's called Gap, and it's like every time I read Gap, I'm like, oh, I can't escape Gap. Gap.
ワルギリアはこやつらを監視するように。
During the day, all I think about Gap. During the night, all I think about Gap. Gap. It's just Gap is in my head 24/7 at this point. Virgilia, you'll watch these rats.
何しろ我が家具が2人いる。
After all, 2 of my furniture are here.
一応は警戒せよ。
Just in case, be on your guard. He glanced at Shannon and Cannon. Tightly closing her eyes, Shannon gave a silent bow and answered wordlessly, avoiding any unnecessary actions.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
注意します。
I'll be careful.
リーアの老体には寒くて辛くない？
Isn't this cold hard on your old body, Leah?
湯たんぽでも持ってくる？
Should I bring you a hot water bottle?
うるさいです。
Shut up.
早く追いきなさい。
Go quickly.
ガッ
Gap.
さてさて、テストとは、そして試験官とは、今回のゲームは変わった試みですね。
Well now, what a strange experience this game is to have a test and examiners.
お嬢様を楽しませる展開になると良いのですが。
Do hope this development entertains Milady.
さあさあおいでなさい。ヤギの従者たち。
Come, arise, goat attendants. There they are. Goats. Virgilia began to call out into the darkness, and from that spot, 3 massive goat-headed attendants suddenly appeared.
リーチの眷属ね。
Ah, Beato's minions.
便利だわ。
How convenient.
しかも暖かそうだし。
Plus, they seem so warm.
ああ、湯たんぽの代わりね。
I see. So you use them instead of a hot water bottle.
なら、ヤギより羊の方がいいんじゃない？
In that case, wouldn't sheep have been better than goats?
カシミヤ臓器のくせにうるさいですよ。
You're the one wearing cashmere.
彼らは賢くはありませんが、命令に忠実で強靭な頼れる従者たちです。
They aren't very bright, but they faithfully follow orders and are quite dependable.
任せるぞ。
Indeed. I leave it to you,
我が友ワルギリアよ。
my friend, Virgilia.
残りの者は私と来い。
The rest of you, follow me. With a dignified gesture, Kinzo fluttered his cloak. Following him were Renova and Gap, as well as the 3 recently summoned goat attendants.
あなたたちは私と残るのですよ。
Hey, you 3 are supposed to wait here with me.
ついていかないように。
Don't follow them. Dumb goats. The goats jumped in surprise and then came tottering back. Kyrie, who had been watching stunned as all this played out, couldn't help but snort.
愉快な部下ね。
What entertaining underlings.
ゴールドスミス教より死後の許可は与えられていませんよ。
Lord Goldsmith did not give you permission to speak. Shit, Kyrie is already playing the mind games. She's already like, I'm just gonna destroy Virgilia with my brain. She was probably embarrassed. Virgilia had spoken coolly, but Kyrie saw through that, and for a little while, she couldn't restrain her muffled laughter. However, on the inside, Kyrie was surprised at the number of people Kinzo had with him. After all, including Kinzo himself, at least 10 enemies had already been spotted. Yeah, I agree. Virgilia does seem like, I don't know what the word would be. She seems weirdly frazzled and out of her element. Is that just because Gap is around? Is it because Gap is so powerful of a being that it just like, when you're in the aura of Gap, it's just like, it's like, oh shit, so unsettling. And we already see like Gap like trying to annoy her, like on purpose. Constantly shortening her name. I couldn't even speak. The dungeon they were currently locked in was supposedly underneath the hidden mansion called Kuadorian. Although this mansion had been whispered of, not even Kraus had known of its existence until today. Are there actually several facilities like this on Rokkenshima, where many unknown henchmen that only Kinzo knows of hide? Just how many humans are in Rokkenshima, locked away by the typhoon? No. On the contrary, were we the ones under the impression that there were only 18 people on this island? Were we, who bickered over whether Beatrice existed or not, and worried about whether a 19th person existed or not? Nothing more than the frogs in a well on this island? No, wait, not only that. By now, are there actually more people on the enemy side than on ours? Just what the hell is going on? Witches? Demons? Magic? Gargoyles? Dark-sided? That's why I use that line so often, and it's like no one probably understands, no one remembers, no one recalls. It was from like a wife swap episode. Some really weird religious lady was like got wife swapped into a family, like I don't know, like a pagan family or something, or maybe just like a. Oh, you remember God Word. There we go. Yeah. And my favorite line, I forget what she was saying it in reference to, but she was like, demons, gargoyles, dark-sided. Like, I just remember, I can't do her voice at all. But yeah, for some reason that clip has always stuck in my head for years and years and years. So whenever like the word gargoyles or like something like this pops up in my head, I can't not think of that. Doing a summer solstice party. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wife swap, dude. Wife swap was so bad. Oh my god. Oh. Alright, are you telling us to believe in those? Are my eyes screwed up? Or is it my head? I think I'm losing it. A mass murder by magic. Demons forming and disappearing into thin air. Setting aside the enemy's numbers, how should we interpret the various things thrust before our eyes that cannot be explained with the common sense of our world? Kairi started to feel like she didn't know what was going on anymore. And while desperately battling the urge to abandon everything and give up, she grit her teeth and tried to hold on to her sanity. Nope, there they go. They get locked up in the storage shed. Storage garage or whatever this is. Obviously, Koda and Kumasawa were quite unwilling to be locked in the Rose Garden shed. But they were threatened that, if they resisted, the hostage's safety could not be guaranteed. It was fairly hard to get them to agree, but once they started thinking that their safety might actually be guaranteed if the key to the Guardian storehouse was to be handed to them after being shut inside, and when it was decided the blankets and food would be carried in for them, they were finally convinced. Summer solstice party, Jesus. Oh, I'm dying. This place is pretty chilly. I wonder how long we'll have to stay locked in here. It could be as late as Monday morning at the worst, so a full day and night. I really feel bad about doing this to you two. George and Battler cleared a space on the floor, then spread the blankets there. They also left the canned food, crackers, and other light snacks they had brought. Alright, you olds. Here's your blankets and crackers. Have fun! It'll be hard for you guys to go until Monday with just this. If only we could make the trip to the kitchen. They said not to go anywhere we weren't told to. Sounds like we're being watched. Damn.
何もお力になれないこと申し訳なく思います。
I am honestly sorry that we cannot be of any
こ
use.
んな時に皆さんのおそばにいてこその私どもなのに。
And these are the times that we are truly supposed to be at your sides.
仕方ないです。
It can't be helped.
それより熊沢さんをよろしく頼みますね。
More importantly, take care of Kumasawa-san.
何が起こるかわからない。
We don't know what might happen.
いざという時は臨機応変に助けてほしい。
If the going gets tough, I'd like you to play it by ear and come to the rescue.
そして何よりも無事でいてほしい。
And more than anything, I want you to be safe.
ええ、分かっています。
Yes, I understand.
皆さんこそ気をつけてくださいね。
Please be careful, everyone.
今の親方様はまるで人の命をチェスの駒のように奪います。
Right now, the master is taking human lives like they're pieces on a chessboard.
気をつけてください。
Please look out for yourselves. Goda stared at the floor, even now unable to believe what had happened as he remembered that atrocity in the dining hall. And he hung his head in shame at his failure to fully describe that terror.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
くれぐれも注意してくださいね。
Make sure you stay on your guard.
熊沢さんも。
You too, Kumasawa-san. What do you mean stay on your guard? Dude, if someone was to come and attack these two old people, it's over. It's over. I'm sorry.
ジョージさんたちもくれぐれもご用心なさってくださいね。
And you all please take care as well.
もう私には何が何やらさっぱりわかりませんとも。
I don't have any idea what's going on anymore.
それじゃあ僕たちは行きます。
Well then, we'll be off.
行こう、バトラ君、ジェシカちゃん。
Let's go. Battle-kun, Jessica-chan.
ほら、マリアちゃんも。
Come on, you too, Maria-chan.
おー
Oh, I'm here too. Looking at the pitiful expressions on the imprisoned pair's faces, it got really hard to close the shutter. But we can't disobey. We're being watched. The shutter was brought down and locked. Then, George walked toward the small window on the side of the storehouse. At that side, there was a small latticed window that could only admit light and ventilation. God, it was only like latticed, whatever. There was like, fuck, what game or stream was it? It was something like 2 years ago or something where I ran into this word, and I had this whole moment where I was like, oh, that's a thing. Like I had no idea what that word meant, because I'm an idiot. It looked like something from a jail, making the two of them seem even more pitiable. But on the other hand, it would hopefully protect them from Kinzo and his subordinates. He opened the window and called out.
大丈夫ですか？寒くないですか？
Are you okay? You aren't cold, are you? They're definitely cold. You don't even need to ask. They're trapped in like a weird shed storage area that's like raining and cold outside. We're okay.
毛布をこんなにいただきましたからね。
You've given us so many blankets after all.
くるまっていればきっと平気ですよ。
If we wrap ourselves up, we'll be just fine.
石油ストーブとかを持ってくればよかったな。
I wish we could have brought them a kerosene stove or something.
ここじゃ換気できないからね。
But it wouldn't have ventilation here.
辛いだろうけど、今は仕方がない。
It'll probably be tough for them, but there's nothing we can do now.
僕たちは人質を取られている。
Hostages are being held against us.
逆らえない。
We can't disobey.
畜生。
Damn it.
なんとかキレイさんたちを救出することができれば。
If we manage to save Kyrie and the rest somehow.
聞かれてるかもしれないよ。
They might be listening.
ゴーダさん、これ。
Goda-san, here.
そのシャッターの鍵です。
It's the key to the shutter. Indeed. I'll hold on to it. Goda took the key, showed it to Kumasawa, and placed it in his own pocket. There's only one key to the gardening shed shutter. That key was being held by the ones locked up inside it. If the children had kept it, and had it stolen from them by some chance, that would do nothing to expose the lives of those in the shed to danger. And even with the key, shutter could not be opened from the inside. Kinzo's demands were fulfilled this way. However, there was now no longer any way to open the shed from the outside either. This protected them. Kinzo had ordered that they be confined, and we could do nothing but trust that this cold, closed room would protect them. Jessica watched this while holding Maria's hand, and looked over to the thickets in the pitch-black rose garden. Somewhere in this darkness, somebody was hiding, watching to see whether we obeyed orders or not. Of course, when we pointed our flashlights out there, no suspicious silhouettes appeared. But somebody was surely out there, hiding and watching. I was hit many times with an urge to scream at them, but I was able to hold that urge back through reason. The four children left the area, repeatedly looking back over their shoulders. The light from the faint light bulb in the gardening storehouse was seeping out slightly. I wonder if this insane incident will come to an end somehow, so that we can meet those two again. To George, who had closed the shutter himself, the resistance of the lock had made it feel as though he'd killed them with his own hands. Damn. But even so, we can't defy them. What's with this test? Damn geezer, don't screw with us. Killing mom, capturing dad for that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll kill him. It's okay, Jessica Oni-chan. There's nothing to be sad about. Maria. Soon, the witch will be revived. Soon, we'll be able to meet in the Golden Land. Ouch! Don't laugh indiscreetly like that. Seriously, a resurrection ceremony for a witch? Getting so many people involved. In delusions, he should have just kept inside his head. That's gonna cost you, bastard. Let's return to the guest house. It'll be bad if we aren't there when grandfather calls. Urged on by George, everyone began walking towards the guest house. At that moment, Jessica turned in a circle facing towards the darkness of the rose garden and roared. Hey! Someone's watching, right? Tell the old man. Tell him I'm gonna fucking kill him. Let's go. Of course, there was no reply, only the howl of the wind and rain. Something tells me Jessica's not gonna pass this test. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Something makes me feel like she's gonna be used as an example. Somehow, by Kinzo. Somehow. The children returned to the guest house, while fearing what was waiting for them up ahead. After they left, from the exact point in the darkness that Jessica had yelled at, two rabbit ears sprung up. Sorry. They found me out. It's because you're too slow. Nyeh. Nyeh. Nah. Pendragon Sama's going to scold you.
ごめんなさいごめんなさい。竜王様に言いつけるのは許してください。
Me being forced to read this is my own penalty. I'm sorry, please don't tell Pendragon Sama.
黙れ静かに。
Be quiet.
どうせハッタリだ。
It was obviously just a bluff.
ゴーダと熊沢の監禁は確認した。
Goda and Kumasawa's imprisonment confirmed.
任務完了。
Mission complete.
報告に戻るぞ。
We'll report back.
イエーイイエーイ
Yay! Yay! Not even gonna try. Ouch.
連帯責任で人参と水だけの刑になりたいか。
Do you want us all stuck on nothing but carrots and water because of collective responsibility?
行くぞ。
Let's go. The fuck? Man. Man. The fact that they were being watched certainly seemed to be true. Because when they returned to the cousin's room, turned the lights on, and laid down on their beds, the phone rang again. Earlier, Jessica had been answering the phone, seeing as this was her house, but now it was the eldest, George, who picked it up. This time, Kairi-san was on the other end of the line. George handed it to Battler out of consideration.
もしもし
Hello?
キリエさんか
Kairi-san?
そっちは大丈夫なのか
Is everything alright over there?
心配をありがとう。
Thanks for worrying.
今のところは快適よ。
At the moment, we're all doing great here.
ごめんなさい。死後は慎めと命令されてる。
Sorry, I've been ordered to refrain from idle chatter.
今から伝えることをよく聞いて。
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The fact that they were hostages still hadn't changed. Kinzo, or one of his subordinates, was listening to the conversation. Battler restrained the urge to talk about other things and focus on what Kairi had to say.
テストはジェシカちゃん、ジョージ君、バトラ君。
Oh, we're getting the instructions here. The test will be carried out by Jessica-chan, George-kun, Battler-kun,
そしてマリアちゃんの順で行われるそうよ。
and Maria-chan, in that order. Oh, Maria's last. Is that important? Is that an important thing? So Jessica gets to fail first, very hard. George, then the person who you would most likely think is going to be the best one is also going to fail. Battler is I'm holding on to it. I think Battler is somehow gonna stumble backwards into passing whatever this test is. I'm like, this, it only seems like the fitting, I don't want to say conclusion obviously, but like the fitting thing to happen is that Battler, maybe he even like protests it. He's like, he's gonna win whatever this test is. Kinzo's gonna ask him a question or say, prove your worth, and Battler's gonna be like, I've got nothing, I'm a piece of shit, and I honestly just fucking kill me. And then Kinzo's gonna be like, you win, and Battler's gonna be like, I myself can't believe what just happened. That's how I envision this happening. This is how in my head Battler passes this test. Yes, just like Luigi winning by doing nothing, Battler will win by doing nothing. It'll be spectacular. You'll each be summoned in turn, so until then, do not leave the room. When someone's called out, they'll head to their designated location, alone. Battler repeated out loud so that the cousins listening in around him could hear.
Jessica, 兄貴、俺、マリアの順で呼び出しがあるまで部屋にいろ。だな。
So it'll be Jessica, Aniki, me, and Maria, in that order. And we've got to stay in the room until we're called, right?
わかった。
Got it.
マリアもなのかや。
Maria too?
9歳の子にまで。クソジジイは何を強いる気なんだ。畜生。
Even a 9-year-old girl? What's the damn geezer trying to force us to do that? Bastard.
後ろ宮家の命運はあなたたちに握られてるわ。
The fate of the Ishimiya family rests in all of your hands.
頑張って。
Do your best. Fighting! Sorry. Ugh. Sure. Battler noticed a strange nuance in Kairi's words. Even without any blood connection, he could still understand thanks to the long-lasting bond they shared. At this point, it doesn't make sense to worry about the Ishimiya family itself. That probably wasn't the message Kairi wanted to send. She probably meant there's no way for us to escape from this dungeon and we can only wait to be rescued. Our lives are in your hands. Something like that. Yeah. Leave it to me. We don't know what kind of test it is, but no problem. I'll take it gladly. It's gonna be a serious test, right? Should we really go all out? Yes. It's a serious test. Battler, come on, it's a serious... What? Why would you not think this is serious? Grandfather truly does intend to test you all. Like, god damn. Battler's over here like, is this a really serious test right now that I'm about to take? Like, George, in his head, is probably, like, thinking, like, oh, fuck, how am I gonna, battle planning strategy, like, everything is running through George's head, and he's, like, thinking of something for every outcome that might happen. Jessica is just blinded by rage. Maria does not give a shit, and she probably wants to fail the test, and Battler is like, is this a real thing? Where am I? That is probably the mindsets of everyone. It's useless. It's all useless. Some old fart on death's door is gonna give me a serious challenge? Let him spout nonsense after he gets in the coffin. I know he's there, so tell him this for me. I'll be your successor. And my first action will be to shove my fist into your face. Alright. Good job, Battler. Kairi's not going to say that to him. Kairi just ignores. Even without Kairi having to repeat it, Battler's powerful declaration of war reached Kinzo's ears. Battler, I'm truly looking forward to that. I can't wait to see just what a man who once threw away the Ishimiya name has attained. Just what lot in life he's reached when he appears before me. Tell him! Unfortunately, Kinzo's voice was not picked up by the receiver. Therefore, Kairi spoke for him. Sounds like he's more than up for the challenge. Got that, Battler-kun? There's no need to hold back. You are Rudolph's son. No, you are my son. Show me something I can brag about to anyone. I'm losing my voice. Man, Kairi's so good. Kairi's too perfect. She's like, oh, fuck. Oh my god, I love her, dude. She, in the face of Battler being just a complete dumbass, she's like, you got this, Battler. That is a mom figure in his corner. I love it. Wait, Battler's like, I like fucking sucking and trucking and wins. Oh, God. Alright, show me something I can brag about to anyone. I leave everything in your hands. Understood, Mom. Leave the rest to me. All of us here have lost the right to inherit the position of successor.
もう私たちは取られてゲーム版から外された駒も同然よ。
Now, we're just the same as pieces taken off the game board looking on from the outside.
だからあなたたちだけで戦って。
So, you have to fight by yourselves.
キリエさん。
Kairi-san. The nuance of those words meant, we've already given up, so forget about us. But, for that very reason, I won't give up. I'll definitely crush this test or whatever, and save everyone.
それでは一番最初のジェシカちゃんへのテストの指示よ。
In that case, here are his instructions for the first test, Jessica-chan.
自分の部屋へ行けですって。
Go to your room.
自分の部屋
Really? Go to your room? What's your game, you damn geezer?
お屋敷のジェシカちゃんの自室って意味のよね。
It seems he means Jessica-chan's personal room, the one in the mansion.
ジェシカに代わる
I'll hand it over to Jessica.
直接伝えてやってくれ
Tell her directly for me.
ジェシカ
Jessica, here.
もしもし。
Hello?
わかりました。
Yes, I understand.
私からか。
Starting with me, huh?
もう覚悟決めたぜ。
Well, I've been ready.
行ってくるぜ。
See you later. Even Jessica was probably tempted to succumb to the fear of a girl her age. But she crushed those feelings and strengthened her resolve.
用心してね。
Be careful, okay?
私たちは監視されてんだろ。
We're being watched, right?
余計なこともできない。
We can't do anything we aren't told?
言いなりになるしかないさ。
All we can do is exactly what they say.
食堂でジジイは何のためらいもなく瞬く間に6人を殺したという。
They say that old geezer killed those 6 in the dining hall instantly, with no hesitation.
それは俺たちに対しても同じかもな。
So, if we try to fight back, it might end up like the same way. It might end up the same way.
分かってる。
I know.
返り討ちにしてやるぜ。
I'll beat them at their own game.
無茶はダメだよ。
Don't do anything reckless.
危険だと思ったら自分を最優先にして。
If you think you're in any danger, your own safety comes first.
クラウスおじさんが自分のために娘が犠牲になったことを知ったら。
If Uncle Kraus finds out that his daughter sacrificed herself for him,
胸が張り裂けてしまうに違いないから。
there's no doubt it'll tear his heart apart. I'm really like I've been thinking about this since this weekend. I'm really curious what these tests are. Like in my head I keep thinking like interview test. But then like what if it's like you get to play him in a game of chess since he loves chess so much? Or what if it's like the old game show Double Dare and you could take the physical challenge and you can just fight like one of the subordinates, one of the demons. I would pick Renove and just hope he goes easy on me. I would pick Renove and hope he pities me. The drop.
逆も同じだぜ。
You must beat Kinzo in a game of tic-tac-toe. And he gets to go first. Oh no! Jessica says it goes the other way too.
父さんと母さんが殺されて、私だけが生き残ったら、
If mom and dad are both killed, and I'm the only one left,
私の胸だって張り裂けるぜ。
my heart will rip itself to pieces.
バトラ君、
Badler-kun?
さっきの話は本当だよね。
What you said earlier is true, right?
ああ、
Yeah.
キリエさんたちはもう覚悟を決めている。
Kairi-san and the others are already prepared for what will happen.
なら、ナオのこと上等だぜ。
Then, The way things are now is just perfect.
みんなの命は私たちの双剣にかかってるってことだ。
Everyone's lives rest on our shoulders.
人質みんなは囚われの身で何もできない。
Hostages can't do anything while they're locked up.
なら、私たちが何とかするしかねえんだぜ。
That means we'll have to manage something ourselves.
もし何かあったらゲストハウスに逃げ戻って。
If something happens, run back to the guest house.
その時点で僕たちがおじい様のゲームに付き合うのは終了だ。
At that time, we'll be done playing along with grandfather's game.
兄貴。
Aniki.
その時点で僕たちは宣戦布告。
At that time, we'll declare war.
どこかに閉じ込められている彼らを救い出し、おじい様には叱るべき処遇を与える。
Wherever they're locked up, we'll save them, and we'll deal with grandfather accordingly. Big talk coming from George all of a sudden.
兄貴。
Are you sure, Aniki?
シャノンちゃんもいるんだろ。
Shannon Chan's there too.
だからといって僕は座して婚約者が殺されるのを待ちはしないよ。
That's why I'm saying it. I'm not sitting around and waiting for my fiancé to be killed. Oh, he said the F word.
僕が恐ろしいのはおじい様にシャノンが殺されるかもしれないことに驚えることじゃない。
What scares me is not that Shannon might be killed by grandfather.
僕の婚約者に恐怖を味わわせたクソじじいを君らが僕より先にぶん殴っちまうことだけさ。
I'm just worried you guys will get there first and clobber the damn geezer who made my fiancé experience terror before I do. Damn! I'm telling you, this episode has been all about revenge. Everyone getting revenge on others. Wanting revenge, getting revenge.
なるほど。
Revenge. I see.
確かにこいつは次期当主が誰かを決めるってテストらしいぜ。
This really does sound like a test to see who will be the successor.
だな。
Yup.
クソじじいの顔面に一番最初に拳をお見舞いしたやつが次の当主だぜ。
The first one to bury a fist into that old face will be the next head. George, Battler, and Jessica each forcefully nodded their heads and put their fists together. Oh, they're so cool right now. God. So no head. So no heads. Then Jessica headed off to her own room, as designated. Her form disappeared into the darkness of the rose garden, waving in the strong winds. Watching her go, George and Battler gripped their fists even tighter, making them quiver. Left on the second floor, Maria watched Jessica's back through the window. She wore a blank expression.
みんなは何を息巻いてるのかな。
I wonder what everyone's getting so upset about.
ベアトリーチェが蘇ればみんな生き返らせてもらえるのにね。
Even though when Beatrice is revived, everyone will be brought back to life. Jessica's form was already being completely swallowed up by the darkness. At that time, the phone began to ring again. Battler and George heard it and came clamoring back, but Maria picked it up the receiver right away.
もしもし。
Hello?
マリア様ですか。
Is that Maria-sama?
シャノンです。
It's me, Shannon.
ジョージ様に代わっていただけますか。
Would you please hand the phone to George-sama? She's gonna say no and just hang up. No. This time, it was Shannon on the phone. And this time, the message was to tell the next person, George, where he was to go. Oh, fuck. Do I end here? Oh, I didn't even hit the 2-hour point yet. A 5 minutes advance. 5 minutes advance. Depends on how long I was for these Monday through Wednesday streams, I was hoping to just go anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours. So I still technically have a little bit of time if I was to keep going a little bit more tonight. I think I might just go for a little bit longer. We just might just cut off at a weird time or something. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. It's fine. We'll survive. Of course, since the time of her birth, Okay, so we have Jessica. We're doing Jessica. Alright, then let's keep going. Everyone's in agreement. Alright, of course, since the time of her birth, Jessica had been raised in this mansion. The atrophied, Western-style house that the cousins called a mansion was her home. And yet, she had never understood her cousin's feelings as much as she did today. At the same time, she had never felt her own home, which she knew well, to be as alien as it seemed now. Her own room. This had once been her hideaway, the only place in this vast mansion where she could feel at peace. However, she had never felt as much pressure coming from that door as she did now. A test, you say? The hell could be waiting in there? I'm not gonna find my desk and stuff dragged around all over the place, right? She acted tough, trying to deceive herself. Trying make herself believe that she wasn't scared of anything. Readying herself, she opened the door to her room. It's gonna be like a Saw. It's gonna be a Saw test. Play a game. There's gonna be a puppet. He's gonna say, "Here are the rules." I've never seen a Saw movie. I don't know how that actually works. I'm just inferring. Dots. When she saw that, fortunately, the room didn't appear to be messed up, she relaxed. No one was there. Of course. There was nowhere for anyone to hide here. Right away, Jessica locked the door behind her. Sakataru comes in on a little bike. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. I would be terrified. I'd fight Sakataru. Right away, Jessica locked the door behind her. This way, the room was safe. She peeked under the bed and in the closet, but of course, no one was hiding. Oh, what the hell? I mean, I'm slightly joking about this, but like, if I was in Jessica's situation right now, I'd be shitting bricks. Like, something about, I know there's danger around me, and there are people in danger, and now I am by myself. Like, that is, like, one of my top, like, 3 or 4 fears for me, is just knowing there's clear danger, like, lurking around me, and, like, I've become just by myself. That is actual terror. She looked at the clock. It was just past 11:10. I refused to read 23:10. As her tension lessened and fatigue came back to her entire body, she realized how messed up this whole day had been. It was still about 11 o'clock. The plan had been for all the cousins to gather, have fun playing around, and talk animatedly about various things together into the night. Normally, we would have been doing that kind of thing right now. Why has that turned into this? It's all that damn geezer's fault. How could he do that? To Mom?
No.
To everyone? She shook her head back and forth with anger and sadness. But there was no one here to direct those emotions at. Because of the lock, this room's security was guaranteed. Remembering that one more time, Jessica somehow regained her calm. If it keeps up like this and nothing happens, I want to go to the dining hall and see Mom's dead face. Even though Goda emphasized so strongly that it was gruesome, that I definitely shouldn't go to look at it. Even so, I wanted to see her face at the end. Weird. I don't know. If someone told me, I mean, God, I hate to bring my own parents into this, but if someone said, hey, something terrible happened to your mom or your dad, any loved one, I don't want to bring my parents into my stream. But like, if something happened to them and they're like, something gruesome happened, I would not, I don't think I'd have the strength to like go see their body. I don't. Count me out. But we were warned repeatedly that stepping out of line, even a little, would put the hostages in danger. Could it be that locking the door was also against the rules? If I close myself up in here, I alone might be saved. But if I don't open it, it'll surely be against the rules, and Dad, Canon-kun, Shannon, Aunt Kyrie, Dr. Nanjo will be killed. There's no way the scales will balance out between 5 lives and my own 1 life. Jessica tightly shut her eyes, resisting the other part of herself that said, isn't it okay as long as I stay alive? Faced the door and made to unlock it. At that time, clap. A crisp applause rang out, making Jessica's heart leap. Oh, it's Renove. God. If the door had remained locked, it might have been in violation of the rules, and harm could have come to the hostages. I know I said this almost as a joke earlier, but I'm 100%. If it's like one of the demon people are to administer the test to me, I would, and I had a choice of who to pick, I would pick Renove. Because even if I failed the test, it seems like he would be the coolest about letting me know that I failed. You know what I mean? Like, he would let me down the gentlest. He would still probably kill me, but at least he would be, like, cool about it, you know? In my opinion. In another life, I think I could be Renove's friend. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm seeing someone. All right, chat says they want Virgilia, maybe, possibly. Someone says they want Gap. Oh, you think you could take Gap on mano y mano? Oh, okay, you would definitely pick Renove. Fair, fair, fair. I definitely would not want to pick Virgilia. My order of the 3 would probably be Renove, Gap, then Virgilia last. If the door had remained locked, it might have been in violation of the rules, and harm could have come to the hostages. But despite that, your own life might be saved. However, you resisted that temptation and were about to unlock the door yourself. That bravery of yours is worthy of admiration. Oh, did she pass the test then? Was that the test? Test over? Who? If I, the owner of this room, searched everywhere a human could have been hiding, where did this man come from? There's nowhere for a human to hide. But could something non-human have managed it? This was supposedly my first meeting with this largely built, middle-aged man. I didn't recognize this guy, who looked like a butler and bore the crest of the one-winged eagle. A pleasure to meet you, Jessica-sama. I serve as head furniture for the master, the 27th of the 72. I am called Renove. Genji-san. Ah, yes. Genji is like my little brother. Or perhaps he was my true form while in this world. You might even say he was my vessel. What's this guy saying? Oh, my apologies. This is not something a human would be able to understand. Well then, let us move on to the main event. So this is that test or whatever the damn geezer talked about?
さようでございます。
Correct.
こちらが親方様がジェシカ様に賜われましたテストでございます。
This is the test that the master has granted you, Jessica-sama. At Renove's elegant gesture, like that of a butler ordering for a meal to be set out, many gold butterflies flew up out of nowhere. Huh? What the hell? As a cloud of gold butterflies spun around in a small swirl, they gathered in one place. Ah, a letter. Then, that golden mound disappeared like a pile of leaves blown away by a cold wintry wind. And there lay a western envelope, with the one-winged eagle crest done on it in gold leaf. With a gesture, Renove urged her to pick it up. Jessica timidly did so, and opened the letter inside. What's this?
非常にシンプルな次期当主の資格を探るテストでございます。
It is an exceedingly simple test to determine whether one is qualified to become the successor.
そこに記されている問いにどうか後宮家を担う次期当主としての心構えで臨んでいただき
Please attend to the question written there with a fitting attitude for the successor who is to support the Ushiromiya family.
答えとそれに至ったお考えをお聞かせください。
And tell me your answer, as well as the thoughts that led you to it. Oh my god. It's like one of those tests where it's like, oh, you gotta give me the answer. It's an open-ended question, and show your proof as well. I would be failing. Notoriously, always have been bad at test formats. I know it is a weakness of mine. I hated it. I hated it. I hate everything about it. Dumbass. Shaking, Jessica looked between the paper and Renove's face several times. We didn't get it. We didn't get the question. It's been a tease. Oh shit, George. At that time, George, who had been called out after Jessica, could be seen in the arbor of the rose garden. Yeah, god damn it. This game is just teasing us constantly. If things had gone normally, he had planned to give Shannon the ring. That would be proof of their engagement here at this time on this day. But the woman in front of George now was not Shannon. Oh shit! George gets Gap? Oh fuck. Wait, does that mean then Battler's gonna get Virgilia? And then who's Maria? Who does Maria get? Kinzo himself? Can you imagine Maria and Kinzo just like fucking 1v1? It's gonna go well. Oh wait, Virgilia did get... Oh yeah, Virgilia was taking care of the hostages. Damn, what the hell? Oh, bunny girls maybe? Bunny girls? I guess we'll see. Read it. That is Goldsmith's test for you. George picked up the Western envelope, which was on the table where he once had tea with Shannon. Oh, it's just gonna be Renove and Gap. Okay. I must have glossed over that in my brain. George picked up the Western envelope, which was on the table where he once had tea with Shannon, and read its contents. Perhaps its message was short. After glancing at it, George's eyes grew sharp. What's this supposed to be? It is as you see. This is a test given to you to see if you're qualified to be the successor. As you ask yourself whether you truly are so qualified, so qualified to answer that question. What a stupid question. That's right. It really is a stupid question. Doesn't that mean the Ishimiya family inheritance is also something on that level in goldsmith size? George lowered his eyes to the surface of the letter once again, examining its contents. George and Jessica. While the tests given to them were slightly different, they were almost exactly the same.
以下に掲げる3つのうち
Among the three mentioned below,
2つを得るために1つを生贄に捧げよ
in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1.
簡単な3択じゃない。
It's a simple 3 choices.
どれを見殺しに選ぶか自ら決めなさい。
Decide for yourself which one you'll choose to abandon.
選択を拒めばテストは中断。
If you refuse to choose, the test will be suspended.
私の手であなたをこの場で殺してしまってもいいって許可をもらってるわ。
I've been given permission to kill you right here by my own hands.
それさえも選択肢に含めるなら4択ね。
If you want to include even that as a choice, then there are 4 options.
私君みたいなこと遊ぶのは随分久しぶりだからそれも嫌いじゃないわよ。
It's been an awful long time since I've gotten to play with a kid like you, so I can't say I'd be disappointed.
この3択はあくまでもテストなのか
Are these 3 choices only a test?
それとも選択は結果を伴うのか
Or will the consequence of my choice be carried out?
何を甘えてるの？
Don't be so naive.
君が選択したものは必ず命を落とす。
The one you choose will definitely lose their life. Among the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. Your life, Shannon's life, everyone else's lives. Holy shit! Alright. 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 Okay. 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 Alright. So it's what? Sacrifice 1? Sacrifice 1. Sacrifice 1. Honestly, now you can call me out on my bullshit, but you give this to me, I don't even care. I would sacrifice my own life. And if you want to call me a liar, then go ahead. I sacrificed my own life. Save everyone else. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't want to be a part of this world anymore. That's what I would say. I would say like, hey, I had a great, 30 years on this planet. I'm willingly giving up the rest of my life to save everyone else. I would be so down. I'd be so down to be just, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Take me out. If you do not choose one, all of the above will be lost.
どうしてシャノンの名がここにあるんだ
Why is Shannon's name here?
2番目の選択肢にはそのものが最も必要とする愛する者の名が
The second choice has the name of the one most needed and most loved by the test taker.
ジェシカへのテストの2番にはカノンって書かれているはずだわ
I believe Cannon's name is written second on Jessica's test.
このバカな問題をジェシカにも出したのかい
So are George and Jessica a 1-person, 2-person, or a 3-person? George, I think, is gonna say, I would guess George is on the same wavelength as me. What I just said. I think he's the morally, moral choice type thing. Unless he really just is so in love with the idea of him and Shannon together. Could he be driven so far that way? Jessica is not gonna answer. I was making jokes that, man, I've said this phrase now like 4 times this stream. I was making jokes about this earlier, but I think Jessica is a I refuse to answer type thing. I don't think Jessica's gonna give an answer if I had to bet on it. George says, you gave this stupid question to Jessica too? Giggle. You shouldn't be worrying about Jessica, right? Right now, you're the one being tested. I just wonder, what's the game plan? Do you really just answer truthfully, or do you try to give an answer that I think Kinzo is gonna like? Like, am I trying to just appeal to Kinzo? Because Kinzo probably doesn't want to hear you say that you would like kill yourself, right? He would probably say that's not the quality you would need to be the head of the family. I mean, honestly, Kinzo probably wants you to take out the person you love. Save yourself and save the rest of the family and stuff. You're saying he's not a two-person? I would say he would probably come up with some bullshit like, to be the head of the family, you have to give up, sacrifice the person. Well, I don't know, dude. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just spitballing. It's a test to see if you would be a good head of the family. I'd be like, maybe it's like some bullshit like you gotta sacrifice the things you love for the good of yourself and the family. It really is a simple 3-choice test. Which can you throw away for the sake of the other two? Isn't that simple? Also, and I assume they are doing this intentionally, we have Battler and Maria still. Who is going to be the people that they love the most? Because the Jessica and George one at this point in the story, very obvious who's that number 2 answer, right? It's canon. It's Shannon. But who does not Beatrice, who does Battler and Maria get as their number 2? Oh my. The concept of women is Battler's number 2. Oh my god. God. If you still can't decide, would you like me to lend you a coin?
Coin?
Coin? How would you choose between 3 options with something that only has 2 sides? Fucking George, come on, don't be so dense. You could simply do a heads, tails, tails, and a heads, tails. No one would throw away their own life. So, there remain 2 choices that'll leave you standing. Will you give up on everyone for the sake of the one you love? Or will you give up on the one person you love so that you can save as many people as possible? Either way, you should be able to find a fitting just cause. After all, this Rokujima is now a demon island. Oh, it's a demon island, you say? The sentimental relationships of the human world aren't necessary here. No one will blame you. Do as your heart desires. Excuse me. And ask yourself whether you're qualified to succeed the Ishimiya family headship. Or rather, make your decision as if you truly were the Ishimiya family head, okay? Ha 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 ha. I was thinking. Also, okay, now that we know the test, the question, I feel like Renove would actually help me in trying to figure out what the kind of answer I should give is. Gap here? She's trying to fuck with George's head. Renove, on the other hand, would actually, like, I would sit down with Renove, and I'd be like, let's hammer this out. Let's think about this. I think Renove would be chill. Help me out here. Exactly. Exactly. Fuck you guys. Mocking me like this. Jessica crumpled the letter up and threw it on the floor. I believe your anger is quite appropriate. I also find it an exceedingly pitiful and yet truly humorous question. Yeah, Virgilia would be the type of, like, the test proctor who would just sit there in silence no matter what you did. She would just wait for you to finish. How could anyone wish to die themselves? And how could anyone want to remain alive after abandoning the life of the one they love? Well, Jessica, it sounds like you just made up the answer. Jessica, I hate to inform, but it sounds like you just answered the quiz. Oh, there we go. I spoke too soon. And how could anyone massacre everyone else, as long as it's good for the two of them? No, Jessica-sama. Such a person could exist. This is Rogenjima, the Demon Island. It is now completely cut off from the human world and fully immersed in the spirit world like cheese fondue. The fuck? Values of the human world get taken out with the trash. So please. Rank the things you desire from the bottom of your heart. Whatever remains will become a fitting answer for you in this insane evening. Don't fuck with me! Don't fuck with me. I've got the power of God and anime on my side. How could I choose any of these? If you do not choose one, all the above will be lost. Also makes for a fine fourth option. Even choosing that should give us an amusing show. But since that choice will result in the loss of your own life in the end, I believe it'd be more wise to be pure and choose the first one, your life. So that the other two will be saved. See? This is what I'm talking about. Good point made by him. It's not a super deep concept. It's just a good solid point. Hey, if you're not going to pick anyone and you're going to kill everyone on the paper, you might as well just pick yourself. Save everyone else. See, he's being a bro about it. He's being a bro. Everything has been entrusted to your decision, Jessica-sama.
その信念をお聞かせくださいます。
Please, let me hear an answer and conviction fitting for the successor. Can barely speak. Fitting for the successor to the Ishimiya family headship.
このロノで親方様の血を引きし末裔にふさわしき素晴らしい回答を心より期待いたしております。
I, Renove, am sincerely hoping for a wonderful answer, fitting for the master's descendant who shares his blood. Damn it! Whoa. That scene was observed through the magic crystal ball Kinzo had. Oh, he has a crystal ball! How exciting! Kinzo finally couldn't hold it back and, spreading his arms and facing the heavens, began laughing in an explosive voice. Fuhaha, wahaha.
何を迷うか、愚かなる孫たちよ、我が末裔たちよ。
What are you wavering for, foolish grandchildren, my descendants?
即答できる簡単な問題ではないか。
Isn't this problem so easy that you could answer right away?
朝のトーストにバターを塗るかジャムを塗るかより迷わぬ選択であるというのに。
Isn't this a question that should cause you to waver less than whether to put butter or jam on your morning toast? Why did he talk like that?
お前たちには正しい答えがわかるか?
Do you people know the correct answer? He turned to face the Chiester sisters, who had been waiting on him. Why the fuck would you ask them? They're the fucking Chiester sisters are like the embodiment of head empty. They're like the physical manifestation of head empty, no thoughts. Come on now. Come on now. No. My apologies. I don't know, Lord Goldsmith. Fool. Oh, shit. Fool. Not choosing at all means game over.
自らの生きる理由も目的も見出せん愚かなウサギめ
You foolish rabbit, who cannot even choose a reason or a goal for your own life.
貴様など誰にも気づかれずに踏み潰されて生を終えるアリ一匹ほどの価値もないわ
You aren't worth a single ant that anyone might step upon without even noticing.
死ね潰れろ 私が瞬きしている間に消えてなくなれ
Die, be crushed, disappear faster than I can blink.
お前はどうか
And what of you?
私は一番の自分の命を生贄とするであります。
I would sacrifice the first one, your own life, sir.
武具は戦い、知ってこそであります。
Weapons fight and die in battle.
そして武具は敵を撃ち滅ぼし、味方を守るためにある。
And weapons exist to destroy enemies and protect allies.
愛する者たちを守って死ねるなら本望であります。
Being able to protect those we love and then die is our satisfaction, sir.
ほう。武具らしい実に見事な模範回答よ。
A truly splendid model answer for a weapon.
即答、大いに結構。
The immediate reply is very nice.
そう答えれば。 人参が一本余計にもらえると教えられてきたのか
So, have you been raised to think you'll be given an extra carrot for answering that way?
違うよな
That's wrong, see?
それすらも違うよな
Even that is wrong, see?
そう聞かれたらそう答えよとお前はただ吹き込まれた通りに答えたに過ぎない
Answering that way when you are asked is nothing more than giving the answer that would have been indoctrinated with.
お前も今のウサギと同じだ
You are the same as that other rabbit a second ago.
自分の生きる理由と目的を未だに見出せずに生きている
You still live without having chosen a purpose or goal to strive for.
生きる価値なきクズめ
You filth that doesn't deserve to live.
貴様など潰されて他の家畜の餌にでもなるのがお似合いよ
It would suit you well to be crushed, and use as fodder for the other livestock. Damn. You hurt her feelings. Yes, sir. Animal fodder would be an honor. That's wrong, right? You don't want to see anyone else die anymore, right? Why can't you accept that? Accept that the depths of your old wound are still festering and rotting. Yes, the rotting stench would make the nose wrinkle, you foolish rotten rabbit. These are words of praise for you. Thank you very much, sir. Well then, what about you, the last one? Which of the three choices would you choose? Nihi? Without wavering, I would choose the second one. Oh. The second. There are not many who could stick their chest out and choose to offer the one they love as a sacrifice. Tell me your reason. Because the one you love will be lost eventually. If you don't love anyone, you won't get hurt. And if you lose someone, you might still be able to love again. So, the person you love right now isn't worth that much at all. Yeah. Knee? Oh, I like that freak answer, but okay. Cackle, cackle, cackle.
なるほど。それでそういう回答になるわけか。愛に傷ついたがゆえに臆病になったウサギよ。
I see. So that is why you reached such an answer. You rabbit who has become cowardly from pain caused by love.
ウサギは寂しさで死ぬと聞いたが、お前の心は一体いつ殺されたというのか?
I've heard that rabbits can die from loneliness. But just when was it that your heart was killed?
ならばウサギよ、問いを変えよう。
Then, rabbit, I shall alter the question.
2番の選択肢を愛するものではなく、そなたが愛したものの思い出に変えようではないか。
Why don't I change the second option to not the one you love, but the memories of the one you loved? Oh shit, it's an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind type moment. Get rid of those memories. Dispose of the memories. How is that? Can you still select that one? What's this about the one you love not being worth much at all, foolish rabbit? A filth who cannot even face up to the depths of her own love. Try and choose it. Try and choose to have the one you love forgotten. You can do it, right? I'll bet you can, right? Come on, try saying that you can, okay? Oh no, she's on the verge of tears. Yes, I can choose it. I can choose it. Nihi. Nihi. Lord Goldsmith. Please stop this. Enough, rabbit filth. Go to Virgilia and keep watch on the dungeon. Oh wait, so the pink-haired rabbit, that was supposed to be... Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't... See, so I thought that was weird because I was like, oh, that is... when it showed her, I was like, oh, that's like... She has a really serious tone to her voice that I wasn't used to. But then I was like, but that makes sense that it was a mistake. Go to Virgilia and help keep watch on the dungeon. Disappear. The Chester sisters, with their respective old wounds of the heart gouged out, escaped by disappearing. After that, even though there was no one to hear, Kinzo continued talking by himself as though in a play. Indeed, that is the nature of this charming test. In truth, no choice can be said to be correct. Instead, regardless of which answer they choose, it is about whether they can choose. Without hesitation. Quickly. With a resolute conviction and their own strong, unshakable will. It's their reason and their willpower that are most essential. That is what I want to learn. Yes, my descendants. I am truly looking forward to what kind of answer you'll show me. Related, I feel like Kinzo would be the type of teacher that would never give a 100 on an essay and then say that bullshit line where it's like, the perfect essay doesn't exist. You know those teachers that do that shit and just make you want to punch them? They give you like an open-ended question thing to answer, and then you could write you could write fucking Shakespeare. You could just write you could write the best thing that's ever been graced upon a piece of paper, and then the teacher would be like, a perfect score doesn't exist. A perfect paper doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah. This is how I get off in life. Can you tell I'm bitter about those types of people? Okay. I'm truly looking forward to what kind of answer you'll show me. Hmm? Me? Yes, of course, I once had the same question thrust upon me. Because I splendidly answered that devil's question, I was able to obtain gold and honor, and that which is my possession. Which answer did I choose? Do you really need me to say it out loud? Wait, so didn't he pick 2, technically? Wasn't that his whole thing? That's his whole thing, yeah? He gave up the one he loved. So, like, why am I being acted like I'm crazy for mentioning that earlier? He gave up the whole story bit is that he lost the love of Beatrice. Maybe I am going crazy. I don't know. Who can say? Who can say? We're gonna end there. I don't know. Maybe I'm over. Maybe I'm either overthinking or underthinking it. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe it's not supposed to be as obvious as I'm trying to paint it. Maybe that's why the game is like, oh, do you need me to say it? And then we as the audience are like, I mean, it would be nice if we could just get an answer before you faded to black. But I guess not. But yeah, as I was saying, we're gonna end there. I guess we're gonna see Renove get an answer out of Jessica one way or the other. Also, we're still yet to see Battler and Maria get administered the test. Can't wait to see what they're... Oh, fuck. I hit a button. No. Oh, I hit a button on accident. Shit, fuck. Well then, have you nearly decided on your answer? Dots, okay. Before I hit the button again. Oh, it's gonna bug me. Oh, let's go back to page 2. Look at this. We're looping around. Looping around at the speed of sound. Back. I don't want to jinx it, but I should be back tomorrow. Around the same time. Around the same time as stream length. I'm aiming for about, like I said, committing to somewhere between 2 to 3 hours. And then it'll be like, I think, we do that for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's almost like a full Saturday stream. Plus some, maybe. Kind of. You add it all together. You get 2 beefy-sized chunks of Umineko in a week. It would be nice to finish episode 4 by this weekend, but I have my doubts. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Did I say Wednesday? I meant Tuesday. Tuesday? We're doing Tuesday. We're doing Wednesday as well. Both days. Umineko. All days. Not Friday. Not doing it Friday. No Umineko Friday. But you can take that to the bank. But Umineko Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't really have much else to say. Great Monday. Not really. Stressful Monday. Long Monday. No. Okay. No. Let's make it clear. It is not Friday. It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Umineko. Friday, most likely Master of Detective Archives. That's what this week is looking like. Everyone have a great rest of your night. Have a great Tuesday. And so forth. See you possibly tomorrow night. And yeah, until then, take care. Round of applause, everyone.